said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my yearnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. And behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need time. I need to free my now. I really need my now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free my now. I really need my now. Yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me a love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need my love. I need to free my love. I really need your love. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free my love. I really need your love. Oh yeah, just set me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. Yeah, yeah, so set me free. Now I need to find relief. Set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, yeah, oh no. I might be falling deep. 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 Tell me now what you need. I've been going to God when I'm all in my mind. I might be falling deep. Falling deep. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling, yeah.
Back upstairs, paramedics huddle over the victim to document the injuries.
Hey, Maddie.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of your witness. We're trying to get a 4 lead here.
Harkness wants a 4 lead ran, so Harkness just wants a 4 lead ran. So just so he's got puncture wounds all over the place too. Yeah. Oh God, please. What's up? It's working. Oh, it's working.
Doing the whole deal?
Hey, you have a work phone on you?
No, I'll go grab mine. Yep.
In an unexpected twist, Hans Warlin, the victim everyone thought was dead, has a pulse. As officers hurry to photograph the crime scene, paramedics act swiftly in a desperate effort to save the victim's life.
You're gonna have to start taking pictures quick, either. Dispatch, maybe one. Caller recognized we have a full trauma activation. We have an estimated 35-year-old male, cardiac arrest. He is in PEA. Chet, I think we just move him and just get him out of here. I think it's our best bet.
I'm gonna keep talking to this guy real quick.
Let's get.
You want to
towels on
logistically organize them? It's coming out of the back of his head.
Dude, it's freaking.
God damn it. Dude, I don't know. Holy. Keep going, keep cranking, keep cranking.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Aaron,
I'm gonna sketch my Jeff.
In order to save precious seconds, paramedics improvise their plans to get Hans into the ambulance as quickly as possible.
well, Jeff, we don't have to worry about a Tom Hater sucks.
Yeah, no, we don't. Let's just get over top rats.
Okay, we're all set. Shit, not see this freaking pack to the side of his neck.
It's pumping blood out, bud. Pumping it.
All right, let's just roll. Clot too. Big one.
Pull that arm. That arm.
Let's get it squared up a little bit.
What changed? He's got a rhythm or what?
Yeah, he's in PEA, dude.
Okay.
Boys, you ready?
Okay. Just gonna drag.
Yep.
His legs, there are no stops. Get him up. All right. I know, I'm trying to get shape.
He said the knife's in here in the house somewhere.
Officer Lindquist brings up a fundamental detail about the missing murder weapon, but that's not the only thing they're lacking. They still have a suspect at large, potentially causing even more death and destruction. Officers immediately turn their attention to Aaron, the 911 caller who's been standing outside talking on his cell phone this entire time.
I want somebody monitoring him on audio right now.
Okay. I think Picard's recording, but
But he left him. So this guy's making phone calls and talking and sharing information we need to get recorded.
okay.
Tape it. Hey, you got that? Tape it. Everything. Yeah.
Before Aaron has a chance to talk to anyone else, Detective Albright records his statement. But the more Aaron reveals, the more uneasy the detectives become. The detective begins his questioning by asking about his roommate, Douglas Taylor, the man Aaron identified as the perpetrator on the call earlier.
So, Doug, what time did he leave this morning?
Like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, do you know where he was going?
No, I don't know where he went.
Does he work or anything?
No,
like
he doesn't
that?
work either. He just got released out of a hospital, too.
Oh, really?
From what I understand.
How long has Doug been living here?
Only a month?
Only a month.
Yeah.
Detectives will later uncover the deranged reason that caused Douglas to mercilessly assault a roommate, but for now, they continue speaking with Aaron.
So, Doug got released a month ago or so,
Yeah.
and then he shows up here. How was he when he first arrived?
Kind of peculiar. Just doesn't want to talk to people. Doesn't want to interact.
The manager of the group home arrives on the scene and provides officers with more valuable details about their missing suspect.
So is this like a group home or what is it?
Yes, we own 3 of them. We got Andre's house, we got the lady's house, and this is our graduate house.
Okay.
Most of the guys here had come through. We actually allowed Douglas to come straight from Blackfoot South to come in here. He was supposed to be all right. He was attending counseling at RHS, and I was by here 3 times yesterday, and I didn't see nothing different in the kid. I talked to him and all of a sudden, and Hunts never did anything to anybody.
Right.
I mean, that kid was just, that's as docile as he wanted to be, man.
Blackfoot South is a state hospital specializing in mental health located approximately 30 miles south of Idaho Falls. While the reasons for Douglas's treatment remain unknown, it gave an insight into his possible mental health concerns.
Had he been normal kind of before that, for like the first 2 weeks he was here?
No, not really. It's kind of like strange, off to himself, talks to himself.
Guy.
So he's been talking to himself ever since he got here?
Yeah, ever since he got here. But he started laughing to himself recently.
Oh, just in the last 3 days?
Yeah, just the last 3 days, yeah.
Do you know what have you overheard what he says when he talks to himself?
No, I don't listen to him.
Fix it, Jesus.
What about when he's laughing? Does he say anything
Fix it, Lord.
specifically?
No, he just mutters stuff that you can't hear.
What Aaron recounts next will leave no doubt as to the manic brutality of the events.
That's when I heard them scuffling or fighting upstairs, and I ran upstairs. And when I ran upstairs, that's when I seen Douglas Taylor with a knife sawing on Hans's neck.
The distance between the top of the basement stairs to the site of the stabbing is less than 20 feet. The fact that Aaron witnessed the ruthless attack from such close proximity suggests that he was lucky to escape with his life.
Oh, he looked at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything.
Was he still holding the knife?
Yes.
Or, well, did he make any motions towards you
No,
or
he
anything?
didn't make any emotions or any threatening behavior. I would have fought it back, man, if I would known.
So Hans was on all fours, on his knees, and with his hands on the
and
ground.
He said, "No, stop, please." I heard him say, "No, stop, please."
The crime scene photographs the officers raced to document earlier offer frightening proof of Aaron's detailed account.
Remember what kind of a knife it was?
It looked like a kitchen knife.
Like a kitchen knife?
I'm not sure, but they found that there's a red knife laying on the floor in there in the living room. That might be the knife. I'm not sure. But it looked like a kitchen knife that it had with a brown handle on it.
Do you remember if it had a serrated edge? Or
Yes, it had a sawed edge, serrated sawed edge.
Oh, that makes sense because you used that phrase, he was sawing at his head.
Yes.
Or on his neck. Wow.
The description of the weapon should help officers locate it quickly if the suspect did, in fact, leave it at the scene. But Aaron is about to share a curious detail regarding the relationship between the victim Hans and his attacker Douglas.
Did it seem like previous to this, he had gotten along with Hans, or?
Yeah, they would sit in the kitchen for hours on end sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that Doug and Hans got along better than maybe Doug and other people?
No.
No?
No one really got along with him. No one really talked to him.
Nobody really, and that's why I was asking, because earlier he had said that he wasn't very sociable.
No, he wasn't very sociable. Hans is a friendly, nice guy.
Uh-huh.
But Douglas is not.
As Aaron's interview comes to an end, officers are still left wondering about the motive behind the assault and the location of the missing perpetrator. Through all of this, Hans' life still hangs in the balance.
Oh, wait. Hey.
Radio. Back here and something at the left. Here. Click here.
Casey, you see you down there?
You got to this. The rest of you are driving through the ladder trail.
When we get that top off, let's work on vascular access.
Where's that other? Hang on.
As paramedics proceed to provide Hans with preliminary treatment, they're unprepared to witness the scope of the numerous wounds that will be revealed later.
All right, good lung sound. Good lung sound.
Nice.
There we go, boys. There we go, boys. Just hold on to that spot. Dude, I can't get a rhythm. I cannot believe that rhythm.
It just happened. It's
For real. Is the bagging still going okay?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
It's going up. It's not
Okay.
going down.
Everyone, slow and methodical on the way in, okay?
That bag
Put that
going
off.
up too.
Yep.
That's
Shut
the
down.
And then I'm supposed to take
Easy
this
on the way out.
With the suspect at large and a
There.
grievously injured
Take a
victim,
basement.
it seems that the dispatch staff has only added more pressure on the officers.
Coded, right?
They got a pulse back or something.
If he goes, collect all of his clothing.
Okay. Were you listening to the radio? It came out as like suicide.
Dude, she wouldn't spit it out.
I know. So she
I was sitting there
dispatched
getting
this.
pissed off, like I was cursing.
Well, she dispatched 3, so already I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
And then it just her dispatching like, oh, it's terrible.
Lift up, lift up. How bad? There we go.
It's bad. I think he looked gone when I
Not the
entered.
soonest, but we got it done, boys.
I don't know.
Watch out for seatbelts. Okay, you guys want to get him turned over, or whatever doctor is taking him. You, Rosenberg? Okay. Good to go. He's got a lap to his left carotid. His trach has been cut. He's got multiple superficial stab wounds. We worked him because he's PEA. We're going to need him.
Make sure that one on the left's the one quick on there.
I'll let you,
Do you have a Sharpie?
I can get one.
Yeah, why don't we do that so I can start marking stuff?
Amid the hectic scene in the trauma room, doctors need critical information. But Officer Lindquist is about to have another breakdown in communication with the dispatch operator.
When did this come in?
Dispatch, can I get the time of the call for the stabbing? They'll tell me to say 2-2. Can I get time of call for the hospital?
You mean the time that you were on scene there, or the time that we notified him of the call?
The time the call came out.
Are you on main?
Yes. Charlie, I don't know how hard it is for anybody to look at the time the call came out and tell me that.
We didn't go across that time.
2-2. Any unit with a computer in front of them, can you please advise the time the call came out? The hospital needs that.
2-2. The call came in at 22:25. And I'm not 2-2. The call came in at 22:25. And I'm not sure what other time you're asking for.
It was 22:25. Charlie hates.
She does. But she also... This has been ID or what time is that?
Nope.
It's been pretty stressful.
Miscommunications notwithstanding, doctors learned that the call came in 43 minutes prior to the time relayed by the dispatch operator. As the medical team does everything they can to save Han's life, at the house, officers gathered outside and discussed their impressions of the crime scene and the possible location of their suspect.
Did you go inside at all?
Me? Yeah.
Pretty bloody.
Yeah, he was bleeding out all over the kitchen floor.
So you did?
He looked dead to us. We didn't go any closer to him. We cleared the top floor, and then we backed out.
While officers might have secured the scene, it is clear that they need to quickly widen their search if they hope to have any possibility of catching the suspect.
2-7, we're clear the smell. I'm going to be canvassing the businesses east of the canal.
Adjacent to this canal sits a large shopping center where officers will make an unexpected discovery.
2-4. It looks like there's somebody sitting right next to the stores to your west. 2-7, we have our suspect over here on the back of Albertsons.
Officers converge behind the Albertsons, approximately 3/4 of a mile from the crime scene, and find their suspect sitting against the east side of the building. When officers ask what his name is, he replies, Douglas Taylor.
Yeah, it's got blood on its hands. The weapon. The weapon. They said the weapon he left there. 9041. Your suspect is saying the knife is there in the house still. The suspect is saying that the knife is still in the house.
Even though Aaron originally reported that he saw Douglas fleeing from the crime scene holding a weapon, detectives identify a blood-soaked knife lying on the floor in the living room and get Douglas to the station without incident.
All right, step in there, go ahead and take a seat.
Throughout his detainment, Douglas has appeared eerily calm and cooperative, but to get a full picture of the savage attack, detectives need to interview him. However, even seasoned detectives are not prepared to deal with a suspect as unsettling as this one.
We're gonna do it. Right there. You want some water? Yeah, I do want water. There you go.
After reading him his Miranda rights, Detective Schwicht cuts straight to the chase.
Can you tell me what happened tonight from your side of things?
I'm the one who did it.
Okay. Can you tell me why? What happened tonight?
I'm not sure how to explain why I did it.
Within the first few minutes of the interview, Douglas confesses to the attack. However, the motive behind his actions will remain a mystery that investigators have yet to resolve.
I don't know how to explain it using regular terminology.
Okay. In your own words is fine. I'll ask questions if the things I don't understand. I was thinking that probably something happened tonight, or maybe it's an ongoing issue that got you really mad.
I wasn't angry.
Okay.
I have system of metaphysics, which would give you some insight into why.
Can you explain a little bit? Can you just explain to us what exactly happened?
I brutally stabbed to death that man in the kitchen.
It should be noted that Douglas doesn't know that Hans still clings to life and casually reveals a morbid series of events. Based on what happens later, everything he says will be called into question.
You said it should have resulted in death. If he survives and pulls through, is that going to be a problem for you, or
There was no chance of survival.
did you make absolutely certain that the way you stabbed him was definitely going to kill him? Where did you stab him on his body? Because I haven't seen this guy.
Oh, I slit his neck open. He should have bled out completely.
Did you stab him more than once?
Yeah.
Were you really mad at him?
No.
Sorry, I guess I asked you that before.
I mean, when you're doing it, you have to do it in a precise manner, of course. You know, and like if he's going to defend himself, or try to talk back, or try to prolong, then it becomes more incremental until you just finally make the final kill wound. But I think I stabbed him about 15 times until the final slit to the right side of his neck, piercing through all those veins on the side. I witnessed him begin to bleed profusely. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center, an inevitable tragedy strikes.
Did they just call it?
Yeah, loud saying I called Harkness and let him know road 30 late.
They called it.
Hans had succumbed to his grievous injuries, turning the case into a murder investigation.
I thought, like, the back of his head was all disconnected on the scene.
Is that one right there on his forearm?
We lost too much of the wire.
Yeah, I will have too much time on your hands.
There's a lot of stab wounds.
I know.
2 days later, during an autopsy, medical examiners will report that Hans died from 17 stab wounds inflicted upon the torso, left arm, neck, and other extremities. Meanwhile, detectives in the interrogation room are also getting closer to unearthing Douglas's motivations behind his appalling actions.
Certain individuals who desire to begin new cults, I like to identify and professionally examine, to see if that is precisely what they're trying to do. If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
Do you think he was trying to start a new worldwide cult?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my standard.
Okay. You think being the leader of a cult, he would have done some really bad things?
There are enough religions on this planet.
Like too many. So we'd be better off with fewer of those.
Yes.
While it's highly doubtful that Hans was indeed starting a cult, Douglas goes on to explain the reasoning behind this horrifying belief and his subsequent decision.
Did he share his beliefs, probably his mythology and stuff like that with you? Did he tell you about that?
To a degree. You tell I'm an atheist and I don't tolerate proselytizing. You tell I'm an atheist and I don't tolerate proselytizing.
Was that what he was doing, proselytizing to you about his beliefs?
Strangely, yes. Man trying to start a new cult. Not the right idea. Tries to reduce all of the world religions to some German mythology. Makes us think like, I don't know, people who understand some mysterious concept are the true rulers of all the different nationalities, religions, and peoples. And so I'm like, oh, here's a young retard Hitler.
As the interrogation comes to an end, the detective has one final question for Douglas.
After stabbing a guy like this, what do you think would be the right thing to do with you? What do you think the police, the law, the judges, all these people who sit and make decisions about all this, what do you think is the right and appropriate thing to do?
Not sure. Jail, then prison?
Do you think that's the right thing for you?
Yeah.
But if the detectives thought that this would be the last they'd hear of the man, they were in for a shocker. On October 12, 2021, over a year and a half after the incident, Detective Schwicht received a handwritten letter from Douglas while he awaited trial. In the letter, Douglas claimed that he didn't kill Hans and alleged that his old roommate Aaron is the one who killed Hans. Douglas reports that he heard a sound, entered the house, and saw Hans on the floor in his blood. He then went back outside where he alleged that Aaron threatened him and gave him a jacket with some blood on it. After being supposedly traumatized by the events, Douglas claimed to have agreed to take the blame and made a false confession later. When Detective Schwicht interviewed Aaron, he found him to be completely innocent, with no involvement in the crime whatsoever. Not long after his arrest, Douglas Taylor entered into the Idaho Security Medical Program, but on October 13, 2020, after almost 4 months in the program, doctors declared him fit to stand trial. Then on December 15, 2021, Douglas Taylor pled guilty to murder in the first degree and was sentenced to 27 years to life on February 14, 2022. Douglas is currently incarcerated at the Idaho State Penitentiary.
Who's hiding under the blanket?
Just a friend, like a really close friend.
She's your girlfriend?
I just met her. That's way too soon.
How long ago did you meet her?
About 2 days ago.
2021. You look like her. Hey, I got a question for you. Is that you?
No, sir. That's
No.
his wife.
His wife? He's got condoms in the center console.
I lied about who she was?
Yeah. This is gonna work a whole lot easier if you quit lying to me.
Over 1,400 miles from home, a young girl is found hiding under a blanket during a routine traffic stop. Behind the wheel is a 32-year-old man who claims he just met her days earlier in Las Vegas. But when police start peeling back the story, they find lies, fake names, and the culmination of a shocking multi-state investigation.
Yeah, you said she's 19.
I did the math wrong. I didn't know.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Just as the sun is coming up in Navajo County, Arizona, a sheriff's deputy notices a black SUV headed eastbound on Interstate 40 with several items hanging from the rearview mirror. When he pulls up behind the vehicle, the driver instantly takes the next exit, at which point the deputy makes the stop, only to find that the driver is not alone.
How you doing? Good. I'm Smith. I'm with the Navajo County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over, you have all those things hanging from your rearview mirror. That's an obstruction of view from the roadway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Who's hiding under the blanket? Huh? Well, can I have you put the blanket down just so I know that there's not a gun or nothing under there?
There's nothing. It's stuff there.
You all right?
Yeah. You ready? Just thinking.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the car hiding?
No, just two dogs.
2 dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get your driver's license, your registration, and your insurance? Can I have her keep this blanket down? I don't know if there's like a weapon or anything underneath there.
I promise she's just passed out.
Just passed out?
Yeah, it's just it's early. You can tell.
Okay. Can I get her ID?
She's
What's her name? Daisy? Daisy what? And birthday?
2007. Yes.
2007?
Yeah.
Daisy Garcia Guzman? Okay. All right, can I have you come on back? I'll give you a written warning.
The driver, Raul Alexis Arellano Romero, is patted down and taken to sit in the deputy's front seat. But it's the identity of his female passenger that will turn this routine traffic stop into a morning of mystery.
You're not gonna lock me in here, actually.
You got a handle. How's your day going so far?
Pretty good, not too bad. A little tired, but not too bad.
Gotcha. Where you coming from?
I'm originally from Puerto Rico, actually.
Or where are you coming from?
Oh, right now? So I traveled to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my way back home to New Mexico.
Gotcha. So you don't live in Alabama anymore?
No, I don't.
That's not how you get to New Mexico.
Well, I had to kind of stop a little bit because it's starting to get tired. So I thought I could find somewhere here, but I guess there's nothing here. Thought that was possibly a gas station. That doesn't look like one.
Yeah, you just passed like a dozen of them, actually.
Oh, I did, for real?
Yeah.
I feel very, very weird being in your car right now, I'm not gonna lie.
What is that? Would you rather stand out in the cold?
I mean, I could have just stayed in the car. It's just kind of weird. I've never been invited into.
Consider it your first time.
Yeah.
Where's Daisy from? Alabama or New Mexico?
I think she's from New Mexico, if I remember correctly. Yes.
She's your girlfriend?
No, she's not.
Who is she?
Just a friend. Like a really close friend. Nothing like that.
How old is she?
19.
The deputy has noticed Raul's nervousness, writing in his report that his hands were shaking as he handed over his license. He decides to dig a little deeper into Raul's story.
So she's 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You said she didn't have an ID on her.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean by that?
That I don't think she has one. I don't think she's ever gotten one yet.
Not even an ID?
Not that I know of. I mean, she hasn't showed me or talked to me about one, so I really don't know.
How long ago did you meet her?
About 2 days ago, something like that.
Where'd you meet her at?
Vegas.
You were just taking her home?
Nah, kind of. Not really like that. She just said that she's never been to New Mexico. And I told her, I'm like, well, it's really flat land, so thought we'd go and see it
I
together.
thought you said she was your girlfriend.
I never said she was.
Okay. Must have been a misunderstanding.
No, I know. I never said she was. I just met her. That's way too soon. Just been kind of getting to know her, I guess.
With Raul's answers not quite lining up, the deputy calls for backup.
So what are you planning on doing with her?
Nothing. Just, she wanted to go to New Mexico, so she asked for a drive. That's why I think she's like a drifter or something. Or nomad.
We got a problem with human smuggling going on.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what human smuggling is?
English isn't my first language, so...
You speak very good English.
I know, I know I do, but
okay.
Smuggling sounds like...
I was not born yesterday. You know what human smuggling, human trafficking is?
Human trafficking, yes.
Okay.
But
there's a little bit of a difference. So human smuggling would be hiding an individual that's not from this country, bringing them across and taking them somewhere to another state.
Gotcha.
Like you met a female 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You're taking her to another state.
I gotcha, but
you don't really know anything about her.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Do I really look like the smuggling type?
Anybody can be a smuggler.
That's valid.
We've got grandmas, we got grandpas, we got...
Oh, no.
Everybody.
That's just crazy.
I can tell you that as soon as I get behind you, you jump off the interstate and you go to a dead-end road saying that you're going to New Mexico. It doesn't help.
Oh, that's fair. Well, I mean, I'm not from here.
To get to the bottom of things, the deputy turns to the girl for answers.
Do you have an ID on you, Daisy? And what's your last name?
Garcia Guzman.
Okay. What are you doing with him?
Just going to some family.
When did you meet him?
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
1 year.
Okay. As a K-9 unit arrives on scene, the police gather Daisy and Raul together so the drug dog can sniff the vehicle. The deputy takes the opportunity to again ask a question he's gotten 2 different answers to.
How old are you, Daisy?
I'm 17.
You're 17.
I thought you were 19.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
2007.
With the internet.
Oh, well, maybe I did the math wrong.
With that odd excuse hanging in the air, the K-9 deputy comes back with news that adds yet another wrinkle to this traffic stop.
All right, y'all. So my K-9's trained to detect 4 odors, okay? Cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and fentanyl. You indicate a positive alert to the vehicle. Having said that, have you guys been in contact with any of those drugs?
Like, with any, no.
No,
Maybe
like no
weed,
one.
but
He is alert to weed, man.
okay, well, that's,
No one's smoked any meth. No,
No,
friends in
don't.
Vegas messing around with
I
anything.
don't, no, and I didn't really have anybody in the car much, so.
Okay. I can't alert the vehicle in the state of Arizona gives probable cause to search the vehicle. Okay. So we are going to be searching the vehicle. You guys are saying we're not going to find anything? No tutors, no paraphernalia, nothing like that.
Nothing.
Okay.
As they prepare to search the car, Daisy and Raul are separated once more.
Daisy, can you come here real quick?
Maybe at most.
Can I search you real quick?
Just weed, but nothing like crazy
Okay.
or anything like that.
You got nothing on you? I'm gonna have you sit in the front seat of my car, okay? Before anybody goes in here without me in there, I gotta put you in handcuffs, okay? Just so you don't grab any of my stuff. Just go ahead and put them behind your back.
Wait, why are you?
She's just detained right now.
Because I'm not gonna be in here to watch her. She's just gonna sit in my vehicle. I don't need anyone going through my computer.
Oh, okay.
As they begin the search, the deputies discuss the growing discrepancies in the pair's stories.
So she's hiding under this.
Yeah.
And like I pull it up, she looks young. He says she's 19 and they met 2 days ago. She says they met a long time ago and that she's 17.
Okay.
And they met in Vegas and he's taking her home to New Mexico. Or to New
LPRs
Mexico.
have him in Idaho, and he said he only went to Vegas.
Interesting.
He's got knives all over the place. I definitely CCH. She has no luggage in the car. Oh, there's the weed.
But at the moment, the deputies are more interested in finding out the truth behind Daisy and Raul's situation than what they found in the SUV.
Now that you're not next to him, have you seen him use any drugs over the past couple days?
No, sir.
No. And how old are you?
17.
Okay, so did you get him a fake ID?
No, sir.
Did you give him a fake name and date of birth?
No, sir.
So why does the date of birth that he ran come back to someone who's 19? You don't know? Okay, how long have you known him?
Multiple years.
Multiple years, okay. And how old is he? Not sure. Do you know his full name?
Raul Alexis Ariana.
Okay. Is that your boyfriend or no, just a friend?
We're kind of like family.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a personal question. It's up to you if you want to answer. Have you guys had any kind of sexual contact or that? No? Okay.
The cops note that a fake tattoo on Daisy's neck is wearing off, giving them more reason to suspect that she might be younger than she's letting on. Meanwhile, the other deputy turns up the heat on Raul.
Can you relay exactly what happened this weekend?
What do you mean?
With her and your travel plans and everything like that?
Why?
Because it's not adding up. I've talked to her, talked to you. I'm getting two different stories. I just want to figure out what actually happened so that we can go on from there.
Okay, what did she say?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, I mean, I feel weird answering. I just told you what I told you what happened.
So you met her 2 days ago?
Yes.
You went to Vegas, you met her 2 days ago?
Yes. Well,
You said she's 19, she's 17.
I did the math wrong. I didn't know.
And what are your plans with her? Because it
Nothing.
doesn't make sense that you're going to take her to New Mexico, but you're not going to take her home.
I am taking her back. I travel a lot. So I just going to New Mexico for a little bit. I'm going to see my mom. My dog just died. One of my dogs just died, but my mom's dog just
Well,
died.
what are you going to do with her? You said you're not taking her to your mom.
Not like to stay. Not like that. No. She's going to get a hotel, I'm guessing. I really don't know.
With what money?
Get back in the game?
I didn't really think about that.
Let
To
me
be
know.
honest, I guess with mine. Anyways, at this point, I feel like I need a lawyer because I'm feeling a little harassed. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not being harassed, you're detained.
I know,
At this
but-
point, okay? You're going to go in the back of one of these cars.
Seems a little sketchy. So I'm
No.
saying,
You'll be fine.
started off with
You'll be fine.
Sure. I'm not from here. I don't know how this place works, and I know some places.
I can tell you that if you're taking a 17-year-old girl across state lines and you don't know any of that information, you go to Vegas, you pick her up, everything that I've seen so far, obviously you're detained, okay?
The deputy will soon discover the truth behind Daisy's identity, but it will take some work to get past what he believes is possibly Raul's coaching.
All right, easy. I've got a bunch of questions because this isn't really making sense to me, okay? Are you from California?
No, sir.
Where are you from?
Right where I was born.
Like, where are you living right now?
forgot what it's called.
Just be honest with me, please, because we will figure out everything, okay? Just please be honest with me so that it's not any more confusing than it needs to be. Can I get your real name? We're gonna get a fingerprint scanner here. We're gonna get a fingerprint scanner here.
Do I have to do it?
What?
Do I have to do it?
Yeah, we're gonna get your identity. Okay, so I'm gonna need your full name. Here's the thing, Daisy, or whatever your name is. You're not in trouble right now. We are the police. We're here to help you. We're not here to get him in trouble, but you're 17 years old. I cannot let you go with him from here on, okay? So we need to figure out who you are and where we can help you go. Okay, what's your name?
Daisy.
No, tell me your real name.
Daisy.
Okay, how do you spell it? Here's the thing. If you lie about your name, you're going to jail. And we will figure it out. We've got facial recognition and the fingerprint scanner. Okay. So I'm going to give you, this is your last chance to give me a truthful identification. You're going to have to give me a true name and a date of birth, otherwise you go to jail. Okay.
At last, the girl admits to the deputy that she's not a 17-year-old nomad, but rather a 13-year-old from the opposite side of the country.
You can cancel the facial rec and fingerprint scanner. Located the 101, she's a missing juvenile out of Alabama.
Daisy's real name turns out to be Dayetzi Pizarro, listed as missing on a bulletin from the Marshall County, Alabama Sheriff's Office on April 19th, 11 days earlier. It's far from the last twist in this rapidly intensifying case.
What grade are you in?
8th.
How long ago did you run away?
Like a week ago.
Okay, and what are you doing with him?
Huh?
What are you doing with him?
I'm just traveling.
The alert out of Alabama about Dayetzi also lists a person of interest, none other than 32-year-old Raul Alexis Arellano Romero.
Right now, you're detained because you lied about who she was. Okay?
I lied about who she was?
Yeah. You've known her longer than 2 days. You've been traveling with her for longer than that. You lived in Alabama, right?
Yes.
Okay. When did you leave Alabama?
Wow, a while ago.
How long is a while ago, man?
Like a while.
Like years?
Months. Like months. Like we're talking about maybe 8 months.
Okay.
Almost a year.
2021.
Does that look like her?
I don't know.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is that you?
No, sir. That's
No.
his wife.
His wife?
Yeah.
Okay. It's his wife. So has she been with you ever since you left Alabama?
No.
Okay, so when did you pick her up?
Like 2-3 days ago.
I know, see, dude, this is gonna work a whole lot easier if you quit lying to me, okay? I know you're lying to me, bro. We already know that you've been with her for longer than 2 days. So are you gonna tell me how long you've been with her?
Wait, what makes you think that you know that I've been with her?
I'm done with talking with you. Sit in that car. I've already talked to her. I got all the information that I need.
But when the deputies get on the phone with authorities in Alabama, they learn that there's still much more to uncover in this disturbing case.
It looks like it says she left around, like in the morning while the family was asleep. It looks like it was from 7/28/2024. And she was reported missing.
It turns out that this is actually the second time Raul has been accused of taking the girl on an unauthorized road trip, and the deputy gets on the phone with authorities in Massachusetts to learn more about a pending case from last year.
So we had a kidnapping case here in Massachusetts back in, I believe it was in July. He drove all the way over here and picked this child up who was here. She was here on vacation with her mom, her biological mom. He came here and picked her up and took her out of state lines. We were able, through with help with the state police, we were able to find them out in like Virginia somewhere, and he was arrested. He was in prison for some time. His case is actually coming up soon. I was just on the phone with the DA. I was not aware that she was on the run again with him.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys found her. Thank you guys. I'll be in touch. Give me a little bit of time. I'm gonna be in touch with her parents as well as the DA's office here, and I'll call you guys back.
Raul is transported to the Navajo County Sheriff's Office for questioning, while Deetzi is taken to the Family Advocacy Center in Show Low to be given a forensic interview.
I know it may seem like it, but you're still not in trouble, okay? We're not charging you with anything. They're probably gonna have to arrange for a way to get you back home, and I don't know what your relationship is with your parents, but maybe get you in contact with them, if that's what you want.
In her interview, Deetzi says she met Raul 2 years ago through her older brother. They began communicating through online games like Fortnite and Call of Duty, where she told him that she wanted to take a trip to Vegas. He picked her up outside her house, and they stayed the night in Tennessee and Montana before finally arriving at a hotel in Henderson, Nevada. She insists that they slept in separate beds and had no intimate contact, and while some items of interest were found in Raul's vehicle.
He's detained right now because he's in the prison. He's got condoms in the center console. He's talking to her still.
No charges regarding a physical relationship have been filed. Meanwhile, at the sheriff's office, Raul is less than cooperative with the detectives.
We've been talking to Dave. We've been getting all the information she has. So we talked to her, and now we want your side of the story. I want to hear from you, right? What's going on? So, can you start where at the beginning?
Honestly, I have nothing to say.
What do you mean with that?
Exactly that. The straightforward meaning of nothing to say. I don't feel comfortable enough talking to you guys, especially after all of this. This was just a stop because I had stuff hanging on my my mirror, like, you know, the mirror to look in the back. And then it went for, all of a sudden it turned into like they were checking to see if my car had drugs, and it got completely blown out of proportion. So I don't feel confident enough with any of you guys, to be honest.
With Raul unwilling to talk, the detective reveals what comes next.
I don't know if they told you there, but there was a warrant for your arrest for kidnapping, nationwide extradition. So you will be booked into the Navajo County Jail that you went to earlier for that warrant, okay?
Raul Alexis Arellano Romero was transported back to Alabama the next day, where he was charged with interference with custody. Arellano Romero's case remains open and ongoing. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our page.
You ready?